Hello and welcome back to Internet Zero to Internet Hero. It's Emmett here. For those of you who haven't had their own blog before, things are about to get exciting. By the end of this video, you'll have published your first blog post, learned 2 ways of installing a theme to make the blog look the way you want it to, and then you'll see how to set up some email addresses for your new blog. As you know, during the last video we installed WordPress. And first I want to tell you a little bit about what WordPress is and also what it isn't, at least anymore. When WordPress started in 2003, it started as a blogging tool. It was started simply to enhance the typography of blogs. Because it started out that way, some people still carry the view that WordPress is primarily for bloggers and for blogging. WordPress is an open source project, meaning that there are hundreds of people all over the world working on it and developing it. It's now become a full content management system, meaning that you can use it to display all of your web content, not just a blog. 2 of the best things, in my view, about WordPress are the themes and the plugins. I'm going to be showing you a couple of themes and also discussing with you what you should be looking for in your theme if you're going to be following the plan in the Internet Zero to Internet Hero training course. There are hundreds and hundreds of themes available, which mean that you can have a really wide range of options about how your blog or website looks, and they're very easy to set up. In the next video, I'll also be showing you plugins and give you my recommendations for plugins that you should consider for your blog. At the end of the last video, you'll recall that you had linked your domain to your Bluehost cPanel or to your other web host cPanel and installed WordPress onto the cPanel, so that you had something a little bit like I'm showing you on the screen now for my own domain name, richemmetsforextips.com. The Hello World holding screen is a very familiar sight to WordPress users, and it's been the default opening post on WordPress for many years now. You're going to be replacing that with your own first post today, as well as making the blog look a little bit different from the standard WordPress theme that you can see at the moment. To make changes in WordPress, you first need to log into your WordPress admin area. You should have received an email with details of where to go to log into the admin area from your web host. When you're using WordPress, there's a standard way of getting to your WordPress login. Go to your domain and simply add in the address bar /wp-admin. This will take you to the login screen. Once you're at the login screen, simply put in your username and the password that you selected when you were setting up the account, and which again should be confirmed in the email that you received, and that will gain you access to the admin dashboard. The WordPress admin area is something that you'll very quickly become familiar with as you use it, and its beauty is in its simplicity. I'll draw your attention to some of the items in the WordPress menu, which is down the left hand side of the page. Firstly, you'll see that there are 2 items, posts and pages. Both posts and pages on the face of it do similar tasks. However, there are differences between them. You're going to be doing a post today. Posts are what you use to provide your latest news, views and articles. By default, they will appear in chronological order with the most recent post at the top of your page. I'm going to be recommending that you'll be using posts more than pages in general. Pages, by contrast, are intended to be for more permanent items. For example, your About Me information is going to be on a page, because you're unlikely to be updating that and changing it very often. Legal terms and your privacy policy are also likely to go on pages. We'll look at those later though. There are some other differences between posts and pages, and I've listed them in the notes to the video below. For now though, you just need to know that we're going to be making regular posts and your About Me is going to be on a page. The next menu item I'd like to draw your attention to is media. Whenever you want to include a photo in a post, your photo will be stored in the media library. You can also store files in here for your visitors to download. For example, the free bonuses that were provided when you signed up to the Internet Zero to Internet Hero course were stored in the media library, ready to be downloaded when you clicked on the link. Comments are where the comments that people make on your site are managed. You can choose to moderate the comments before they appear on your site, and I'll show you a plugin in the next video that will help to filter out spam comments. You'll be looking at ways pretty soon of getting people to come to your site and comment on it, and I'll be covering ways of doing that in a future video. I've already mentioned plugins, and we'll be discussing plugins in detail tomorrow when I give you my recommendations for plugins that you should consider. The majority of plugins that I'll be recommending are free, and you don't need any paid plugins to get your business off the ground. There are some paid plugins that you may want to consider as time goes on though, and I'll draw your attention to those as well. Today we're going to focus on making a post, and I'll also show you 2 different ways of installing a theme. So let's start right away and make the first blog post. To do that you need to click on Posts. The first thing you'll notice is the Hello World post, which is the default WordPress post that you can currently see when you visit your website. You need to delete that post, so to do that simply check the box next to it, and then from the drop down menu choose Move to Trash and Apply. The post now disappears from the list. To add a new post you then either click on Add New Post at the top of the screen, or you can also click Add New from the menu on the left hand side. Doesn't really matter which one you choose to do, they both do exactly the same thing. You're then in the Add New Post editor, and there's room to fill in a title and also room to fill in the text for your first post. You don't need to do anything with the column down the right hand side of the page yet. You're just going to add the content to the post starting with the title. I'm going to fill in the title post like this. Not just another Forex blog. And that's also where you'd fill in your title. And then you're going to complete the content for your first post, which raises the question, what will your blog post be about? Now, I'm just going to paste in my first blog post content. And that's where you'll also need to type or paste in your blog content as well. Because you can't see my full post, I'll just drag in the full post here in Word. Now, of course, you have complete creative control over what goes in your blog posts. However, I want to explain a little bit at this stage about what your blog is going to be used for and how you're going to use your blog to help you generate traffic and ultimately sales. Your blog is going to detail your journey from now up until the point where you have a successful online business that's creating revenue. Now, 97% of people who start out trying to make money online fail to do so. That's for a whole number of reasons. However, what it means is that when you start making your first sales and create revenue, that's a story that's of interest to other would-be online marketers. They'll want to know how you did it, and they'll be interested to read about that. Even before that, in the next few videos we're going to be looking at ways of driving traffic to your blog and website and encouraging people to comment on your blog or website. And when people see that you're getting visitors, getting traffic, getting comments, they'll be interested to know how you're doing that. And that's what starts to engage people with your blog. A friend of mine, Dean Holland, started his first blog post a few years ago by saying that he'd been trying to make money online for 4 years and he hadn't made a single dime in those 4 years, not one sale. That went into his blog post. He also said that he knew he would succeed and that he had a plan to succeed. He's now an internet millionaire. I would go as far as to say that he has one of the best sales funnels and partnership programs anywhere. And for some of you who take action and start seeing real results as a result of this Internet Zero to Internet Hero course, there may be the opportunity of working together with either Dean or even myself at some point in the future. The point regarding the first post though is that it doesn't need to be anything majestic or make any extraordinary claims. Dean's first post acknowledged that he'd been trying to make money for 4 years and had made absolutely zero. I think that struck a chord with a lot of people. My own post here acknowledges that I made losses from trading Forex because of 2 weaknesses that are common in new Forex traders. I wasn't wise enough to listen to the advice about this. I had to go through my own painful learning experiences first before learning how to trade successfully. Your first post should say something about you and about how you got to the point that you are now. If you've had failures that you've learned from, then you can include those. You can include what you intend to achieve moving forward with your blog, and you can include a goal. If you're absolutely new to internet marketing, then say that. Going back to Dean Holland's first post, his goal was to earn $1, just $1. My goal, as you'll see from this first post, is to obtain just 10 subscribers. To put that into perspective, the Internet Zero to Internet Hero videos attracted over 1,000 subscribers in just a couple of weeks. The first goal should be realistic and relatively easy to achieve. There'll be time for more challenging goals later on. Your main task then, following this video, is to create your first blog post. In the meantime, I'll show you during the rest of this video how to start making the blog post look a little bit better once you've drafted it. Okay, so let me move the Word document out of the way again. Now, as you're going along with your post, you can, if you wish, save a draft of it. WordPress does in fact auto-save your posts as you're going along, but it makes sense if you're going to be leaving your computer for a while, or if you've typed a particular long post that you save it as you go along. And the other feature is to preview it, which will show you how the post will look when you open it up in your main browser. Now, there are two things to notice about this post. The first is that at the moment there's a lot of text. It could do with some images. And the second thing is that the layout is a little bit, well, boring. Overall, the site just doesn't look too inviting at the moment, and we can quickly fix both of those things. In order to add pictures, you return to the WordPress admin area and place your cursor in your blog post at the position where you want to add a picture, and then you click Add Media. You'll notice that in the Insert Media area there's an instruction to drop files anywhere to upload. So all you need to do is select a photo from your computer desktop, drag it into the upload area, and then drop it. Once it's been dropped in the upload area, you'll see that the image appears in the right hand column. There are boxes on the right hand side to complete for caption, alt text and description. It's normally a good idea to complete those for SEO purposes. I'll come back and do those later though. In the drop down selection next to alignment, you can either place the image left, centre or right. I want this image on the left, so that's what I'll select. There is also a limited option to resize the photo. You can see that the options provided here are 250 by 250, which is the original photo size, or a 150 by 150 thumbnail. It's a good idea to resize the photo to the size you want before you drop it into the download area, because then you'll be able to get the exact size that you're looking for. I've put some details in the notes for a free online site that will resize your photos for you very quickly and easy. I'm going to leave the image size as it is at 250 by 250, and then you would click Insert into Post. As you can see, the image has now been inserted into the post, and if we want to preview what that looks like on the site, we would again simply click Preview, and that would show us the image as it would appear in the blog. I'm going to go ahead and add another image, this time on the right hand side of the blog post. So again, I simply go to the post editor, go to the point where I want the image to appear and click Add Media. I then click Upload Files in the top of the Insert Media menu, drag in the image, drop it into place. This time I want the alignment to be on the right hand side. The image size will stay at 250 by 250, and I insert that image into the post as well. Again, we can preview that by clicking the preview button. And that's how easy it is to add images into your WordPress blog post. The next thing then is to change the theme of the blog post to make the appearance a little bit more interesting. And there are two easy ways of doing this. The first is done within the WordPress dashboard itself. If you return to the admin area and then hover over Appearance and select Themes from the menu, you might get a warning to remind you at this point to save your blog post. If so, make sure you have saved it, and then you can navigate away from the page. You then arrive at the Themes page, and you can immediately see that in addition to the active theme, which is 2014, there are a couple of other themes here called 2013 and 2012. Along the top there are also some options, Mojo themes, WordPress.org themes and Add New. Let's take a look at the WordPress themes. You'll see that there are a number of featured themes, popular themes, latest themes and then premium themes which you have to pay for. I'm going to look at popular themes and choose initially one I kind of like the look of. This isn't going to be the theme that I end up using because I'm going to show you another way of installing themes as well. For now though, to show you, I'll go with ColorLib, and when I hover over it you can see that I can either preview it to see it full size, or as I'm going to do, go straight ahead and install that theme. You can see that after I've clicked install, WordPress has gone through a small script to unpack the package and install the theme, and it's successfully installed. And then to make that my theme, I click Activate. That's now the active theme on my blog. To check how that's affected things, I can go back to my post and click Preview. And you'll see that the appearance is now changed from the previous setup to the new theme automatically. One thing that I do notice needs to be changed is the header, which says My Great WordPress Blog at the moment. So I can again quickly go and change that. So to do that, I would again return to the admin panel, and the setting to change the top bit is in Settings, and then General. And you can see here My Great WordPress Blog, which I'll change to my site title, and the tagline I'll also change and save those changes. And then again, when I return to posts and preview, you can see that the site title is now changed. So that's the theme installed, and that will work the same way for any of the themes within the admin panel. So for the WordPress.org themes and also the Mojo themes. And now I'll show you another way to install a new theme. Why do you need to know another way? Well, although there's quite a large selection within the admin panel, there are also many more providers who have WordPress themes, and you need to know how to easily install their themes as well. You can find these themes simply by searching for WordPress themes on Google. I've found a theme that I particularly like the look of, which is by a company called WP Zoom, and the theme is called Gazzetti. Why do I like it? Well, firstly, I think it kind of looks clean with plenty of white space, which I think is important. It shows the most recent post listed on the front page, which again I think is very important, and I just kind of like the overall look and feel of the theme. This is a premium theme, so I'm going to go ahead and purchase it. I obviously won't show you the purchase pages because you don't need to see those. Once I have bought it though, it appears in my download area, and I click to download the file, which is just a zip file. Now, there's a note of caution here. Some browsers will by default automatically unzip any zip files that are downloaded from the internet. You don't want to do that because you want to keep this file as a zip file. If your browser is doing that and unpackaging the zip file automatically, and all browsers work differently, so I can't go through every one of them here, you need to Google how to keep a download file as a zip file in, and then the name of your browser. So for example, in Internet Explorer, or in Google Chrome, or in Safari, or whatever your browser is. And you want to download the zip file now to your desktop or any other folder where it's going to be easy for you to find it. Once the zip file's been downloaded, you can then return to the admin area in WordPress. And again, we're going to look at appearance and themes. This time though, you're going to click on Add New. And you can see that the option at the top is to upload a theme. So you simply click Upload a Theme, and then we'll look to choose a file, and then you simply select the zip file that you've just downloaded. Then click Install Now, and you're back in the same position as you were with the themes that you downloaded directly then from the admin panel. So by clicking Activate, that theme will now become activated and will become the live theme on our blog. We can view what that theme now looks like by again going into our blog and clicking Preview. And as you can see, that new theme has been installed. Now there are certain settings that will need to be played around with on the theme, and we can do that later. For now though, you've seen two ways there of changing the theme on your own blog, and your task before the next video is to draft your first blog post and then find a theme that you like and install the theme using either of the methods that I've shown you today. Now I had mentioned that we'd be looking in this video at setting up emails as well. Because it's been quite a long video though, because there's quite a lot for you to do there, I think what I'll do is I'll put the information about setting up the emails at the beginning of the next video lesson. The next video will be about installing plugins. We'll very quickly look at setting up the emails before we then look at the next great thing about WordPress themes, which is plugins, and I'll give you my recommendations of which plugins you should be installing on your blog. Have a good time setting up your blog with your first post and theme, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.